Well, I gotta preface the show. Well, look, man, I never get triggered, and this lady here triggered the shit out of me this morning. I didn't calm down now, but yeah, I rarely get triggered, so I'm like, if she could trigger me, some she got something here, and she's on Sinetta right now. She's on my favorite podcast right now. I mean, the timing is impeccable because this video is like 11 months old, so she done got better with her stuff. I think she needed somebody to come in and because this was crazy, son. This is a 7-hour video. We ain't watching. We gonna watch a few minutes of just some few crazy shit she said, but I needed these women here to keep me in my boundaries, so I won't go completely off the rails. I appreciate y'all for
the things that I was doing on TikTok, my the shows that I was doing, I'm gonna turn that into a workshop, okay, that I'll do on Sunday. If you in the you to introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, give them a little bit of background and what
we don't care.
They may just want to go live their life and manifest their dreams, goals, and desires without even a man being a second thought. Okay, so and that's what I promote. I don't promote bringing men and women together because it is not a woman's responsibility to make men do anything. It's not a woman's responsibility to build a man, fix him, detoxify him, anything. And the only way that you're going to have positive relationships is when you have two people who are whole, who are putting in effort 100% and 100% either side or both sides. And that's not what's happening. As a matter of fact, it's 150% of the responsibility put on the woman to do everything, while the man just feels like he's just supposed to sit there and ride it out and just enjoy the fruits of her labor. And so I disconnect women from that. What do you say about that?
Well, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Say something.
First question I would like to ask is, I mean, that was a lot to unpack there, but I'll address as much as I can one by one. Now, as far as men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there is a very high percentage of men that behave like this, or is it absolute to where men feel like they need the woman to do everything?
I'm gonna ask you this question. You know what? Do you know what the word exceptional means?
Sure.
I'm gonna define it just in case because I want an exact definition so we can go on with this. Okay. Exceptional definition. Unusual, not typical. Unusually good, outstanding. Right? Outstanding, unusually good, and not typical. In order for a person to be unusually good and not typical, which is exceptional, that means they are completely outside of the norm. So we're talking about someone who is at the top of the pyramid because the least amount of people exist at the top of any pyramid. So if we're talking about the financial pyramid, the least amount of people are going to be at the top. You don't have that many trillionaires in the world, right? So they're going to be at the top of the pyramid. Even if we're looking at the fitness pyramid, you're going to have the few at the top, the ones with the 12 pack that's got 7% body fat. That's going to be a few people at the top of the pyramid. Even if we wanted to look at the prison system, your alpha men running the prison system that's running drugs to the pipeline of prison to prison, that's a few at the top. Exceptional, right? That's not the majority. When you look at the standard deviation curve, right, the average person is going to be in the middle. So average at best, that was Kevin Samuel's thing, right? Average at best. And what is the average man? He is not exceptionally good. The average male is manipulative. The average male is deficient in sex needs. The average male has.
I mean, I can agree with some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the manipulative, where is that coming from? It take a smart person to manipulate. I thought.
I feel like she's talking to the. I don't feel like she's saying all men, but I do agree with her. There's a great deal of amount of men. I mean, there are men out there who do think that you're supposed to like. They're supposed to give the bare minimum. You're supposed to always show them that you want them. You're supposed to always try to build them up, ride it out, hold them down. All these things that should already be present before a man even is in a relationship with a woman, and vice versa.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah, no. I agree with that. I ain't
So
gonna
what
disagree
don't
with.
you agree? What don't you agree with?
It ain't gonna be a lot that I disagree with, but it's the certain little words that I've been hearing her say, like the manipulative, and she said in the beginning she don't think men and women should be together, like at all.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
No,
did. Yes, she did.
that's
That's
not
what.
what she said.
She said
That's
she's
why I
not
want.
putting them together.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
right.
What is she doing then?
What she's saying is she's okay. What she said directly was she is not an advocate of putting men and women together. Basically saying that, and then she also said that she is not um an advocate of women not being able to live out their dreams without, you know, basically a man should be an afterthought to what it is that you need to accomplish in your life, which is exactly what I just said before. Like if you're not ready for a relationship until you love yourself or get yourself together. Like you should be a whole person. When you decide you want to be in a relationship, I believe it's my belief in my 40s that you should be a whole person. You should, you know, not be all hurt or trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out, and then expecting somebody to love you through all of that when
Hmm.
you should get it together first. You get what I'm saying? Get it together
Right.
first. Because a relationship is like it should be an afterthought in this life when it
Yeah,
comes to you presenting yourself to a woman or a woman presenting herself to a man. And I believe that too.
it's kind of. It sounds like you got something to say, Tashonda.
Huh?
It sounds like you got something to say.
No,
Okay.
I completely agree. Like a relationship is supposed to be like to me like an activity. Like it should be just something extra. You shouldn't be trying to
Mhm.
get in a relationship if you're not complete yourself. Like it
Right.
can't work. You can't worry about him and worry about how you gonna pay your bills or how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that, and what's going on. You can't do all that.
Okay. My answer is always gonna be different. I think women should focus on family early, and men should wait till like 35 to worry about getting married and stuff like that.
But if that's the case, you saying that women should only date older men because if a woman
Yeah,
can't date a man her age, if you saying she should focus early, but the man shouldn't.
I think most women date older than herself. Maybe a few years, maybe not a lot, but women like to date up.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you always say what women like to do when you're talking to women.
Okay,
But the thing is, he
I'm gonna
cracks
let
me
her
up
go.
with that.
I feel like we date up because we have to.
Okay, but she don't disagree. Women date up. Women date up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you saying like we
Hey
prefer
man,
to. Me personally, I mean, I feel like you saying we prefer to, and I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know a lot of people
I'm
who
saying
like
there's nothing.
older men.
I'm saying there's nothing wrong with anything I'm gonna say today. It's not coming from a hateful place.
Mm-hmm.
Women date up. There's nothing wrong with it. Men date down. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, let me let Priscilla go a little bit more.
Low self-esteem. The average male relies on manipulation to get his needs met. So what we're talking about, if we want to talk about an exceptionally good man, that ain't the majority.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And I don't teach women to hold out for the exceptional man.
But they're
I
still
agree.
gonna want it though.
I
No
think they're
matter
gonna want it, but again, I feel like you know a man or a woman should be a mirror of what they expect. Like you get, you have men out here who want this and that type of woman, but they don't fit that. They not
What's
up
a
to par to be with this
what's
or
a
that
this
type of woman.
what's a this and that type of one? No, I ain't about to go there with you. Let me let her keep going. I ain't about to go.
You know what I'm talking about.
You're free to respond.
Okay.
This brother Mike is
I
low.
feel like you broke your number one rule in the very first question.
Oh no, actually you did, because I asked you a question of what you thought about.
Let me say this right quick. This brother Mike is low, but it really don't matter because he ain't gonna get to talk much anyway. So just putting that out there.
About what you thought about what I said, and you came and asked me another question. I let your deflection slide. And so this is how I answered your question. I let your deflection slide.
Which question was that?
Yeah, when I told you that
I don't miss anything.
Yeah, because I told at the very beginning, I told you what my objective is, that I don't teach what I teach women and what my purpose is. Yeah. And I asked you, what do you think about that? And you said it's a lot to unpack there. And you instantly asked me another question, which is deflection. I let that slide and I went ahead and answered your question. And I don't deflect. I answered your question and exceptional. You asked me what was the percentage. I'm going to give you the standard deviation curve percentage, which is the standard deviation or distribution for anything. I'm going to use that. 68.2% of any population is going to be average, right there in the middle, right? 68.2, okay? The exceptional man who is good, I gave you the definition of good, outstandingly good. This is a man who is highly empathic. He's empathetic. He's understanding. He's selfless. That is not the majority of people. So the majority of people are average and below. So I'm going to tell you, if you want to use standard deviation number, the standard deviation says that 95% of all distributions fall within 2 standard deviations, 95%. But I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, I think it's about 85 to 90% of men who are average and below, which are the ones who need to manipulate, lie to women, and everything.
So now with that, so your answer would be most men,
That's about right.
85% or so.
85 to 90, and probably even 95.
Not 85 to 90.
I even go 95. And not just black men. I'm talking.
But see, she threw that moral high road shit in there too, though. How you gonna judge a man's moral standards, though? We don't know what the fuck they is. How you can't measure that shit. I don't know who moral and who not.
Talking about all men
that are not worthy at all.
I didn't say not worthy. But if you want to talk about what's worthy, now we got to ask the question, what do we mean by worthy? Because see, if we're going to, if I'm going to talk about what's worthy to me as an individual, no, the average male is not worthy of my time. You know why the average male ain't worthy of my time? Because the average male don't want to do nothing but use me for something. And no, you are not worthy to use me for anything. No, I don't want to be your piece, because that means you ain't got no peace. And that means you need to suck.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's exactly what that
Oh
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what
like,
I mean. Go ahead.
Won't you be my peace? Like, what? Like, damn, what's going on in your life right now where you ain't got it? Like, yeah.
And then when I need peace, you don't want to hear me talk. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got time. You sorry. You don't think like that. You a man. Men don't think like that. So it's like, where am I supposed to get, like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't find peace within,
right,
then where am I supposed to get my peace? And then when I do find peace within, now I'm too independent and you want to like defeminize me. Like I'm too tough.
What the fuck?
You know what that mean?
You too tough. He trying to effeminize.
D means to like. I mean, maybe it's a word I made up, but anything that starts with D to me means to take away. So basically, you're trying to take away my femininity and say I'm too tough. I'm too this. I'm talking about in general, like women in
Ah,
general. It's like, it's like you just can't win.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win. If you're not independent, you beg too much. You know what I'm saying? You a gold digger, you this, you that. If you're too independent, you're too masculine. It's like where you can't win. Men don't even know what they want.
think
Some of
men
them.
want
I ain't gonna say all of them.
yeah, that's what I say. Men know what they want. It's just it's simple. I think women be overthinking it too much.
It's simple to men. That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
like three,
very
four,
simple
five
to men.
things. But y'all list be long as bruh. One of them St. Peter scrolls. All right, let's
But
keep
when
going.
it's not long, then now we too masculine.
Man, I'm saying all women are picky. I don't think nobody would disagree with that.
All women are. I disagree because I'm not picky.
I disagree.
Oh, shit. So y'all just now let me keep it pushing. I'm gonna play the video. Let me play the video.
Piece out of me. No, you ain't worthy of that. You ain't worthy of my money. You ain't worthy of my time. You're not worthy of me caregiving for you. You're not worthy of me submitting to you. No, you're not. And guess what? The majority of them think that they are because they make a little money, but I make money too. And what makes you worthy?
Amen.
Because if I take your money away, I take your
Hallelujah.
job, I take your little car away, what you left standing with? You left standing there with you. And I want to know who you are. And guess who you are? Your ethics, your morals, everything that you think about me as a woman is anti my survival. It's anti me flourishing and being me. So no, you're not worthy.
Yo, son.
Because the majority of men are brainwashed
That's I
with
had to walk and carry this
patriarchal philosophy, which is anti-woman. So no, they're not.
Wow.
I'm
So
sorry. I agree. This
those
has
numbers,
turned
right?
into an anti-woman society completely. Like you,
Anti-survival. Everything that I want is anti your survival.
yeah. Because you have to be able to reach your goals. You have to be able to. Women have wants and desires on this earth too. You have to be able to reach those things in order to be whole.
Did you hear what
And
you
when you,
said? Though? You said anti your survival.
yes, your mental state is important. Your peace as a woman is important. Your time with yourself is important. Women have to worry about themselves, children, and the man. Most of any relationship, most of the time, in any marriage, any household,
And the
the
man don't
woman's job is to worry about everybody. That man can pick up and walk away and wouldn't give a damn about that woman. He'll go right into a
but
whole other situation with kids and a woman and
like the
leave them
stats
kids and a
say,
woman alone.
like the stats prove, men rarely leave relationships. I done pulled the stat up before. 70% of women divorce their own self. They their home, y'all own home records.
All I'm saying is, most of the time, and from what I know, it's very easy for a man to walk away from a family of their own seed in there. A woman can rarely do that. Just
Yeah,
walk away from their kids and leave the house.
she will walk away from that man though, and then
Yeah,
that
the
man.
man, but the man gonna walk away from the whole situation. That woman left to fend for her, the kids, and the man. The woman is expected to do all of this in a relationship. And so, if you're doing all of this, when do you get a chance to live your goals and like reach your goals and live your life and have your own peace?
Okay, so the most important thing is the most important thing career or family
The most important thing is
for a young woman coming up today. Would you tell her chase a career or chase
peace, peace, and neither
that?
one of those
That
may
was
not
that was
necessarily mental stability, good mental health.
that was not one of the options though. But let me hit play on
Well,
this.
between the two, I don't know.
You
Can't
chose
answer that.
something else. All right.
so 85% of men would be ineligible for marriage and ineligible
90,
for a
85 to 95. Go use the high number.
85 to
Go
95%.
95.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
say, all right, 95. I like 95.
Yeah,
Okay.
go 95.
95% of men are ineligible, and that would be at least for you. Now, with your teachings, do you teach women to also find those men as ineligible?
I teach women
That
to
95%?
let me tell you something. My teachings are not based on them trying to go find no man. My teachings to women are to elevate themselves. All of my teachings is about women elevating themselves to eradicate any codependent behavior. If they have any traumas, to eliminate them, right? To elevate themselves, to understand what love is, and to be able to pierce the veil of deception, right? Because I'm not teaching women to go and chase no man, give and give and give and try to figure out what you can do to keep a man. Hell no. It is all about her. And when a man come to her, she ain't gonna need him for nothing. She's not gonna need him for no emotional support because he can't give that, because he's getting with you to tap into your emotions because he can't tap into his own. So now you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip because these guys are deficient. So you're gonna have to be your own emotional support. You can't get no love out of him because he's incapable of love. So you're gonna have to love yourself. Every critical
Yeah, I take offense to the incapable of love comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, if we're not speaking on a personal note, a lot of times it is men do lack the capability of love, and I don't think it's their fault. I think it's because so many men. I'm not talking about any particular race, but I feel like men. So many men are taught to be hard, and that you don't show emotion and all of this type of stuff, and that love and then being like my own 12-year-old. I have to tell him like it's not being a simp doing it, like everything is a simp to him. You know what I mean? I don't know where he got that from,
Just
but
because
I'm saying like
a person is tough, don't mean he don't love you.
no. But she's talking about showing love because
Why?
a person could love you, but showing love,
He's
love is an
showing
action.
love. He's showing love by providing protection for you. Why do y'all need a best friend and shit?
Yeah, just like y'all need what y'all need. I mean, women have needs too. Our needs should not be thrown out the window just because you're incapable of doing those things, and you feel like your only job is to love and protect. I mean, it's to protect and provide, and that should be
That's a
enough.
that's a big
That's not
job.
fair.
Hell yeah, that should be enough.
Yeah, it is a big job, but I'm saying I gotta
Protect,
nurture. A woman gotta nurture, cook, clean, provide sex at will, like take care of kids,
protect, protect me. I
be
might
your
gotta put a
cheerleader.
bullet. Protect me, and I might gotta put a bullet in a motherfucker, or a motherfucker might gotta put a bullet in me for me protecting my family. Like, it's
And me doing
serious.
all my womanly duties means that I just may not reach
You
my
washing
goals
some socks
ever,
and some
ever.
dishes
And when
that don't hold weight to me putting my life on the line. But let me keep it pushing. That's crazy.
need that you have, ladies, you are going to have to fulfill them yourself because he can't do it. He is incapable of seeking understanding of you. He is incapable of being empathetic. He is incapable of being selfless. He is with you because he wants to use you for something. Every single reason that a man is with a woman is because he wants to use her for.
And she might be right, but you could just flip that around. Every single reason a woman is with a man is to use him for something. Somebody say that's a lie.
not if a woman is whole, and the same with a man. If a man is whole, he ain't gotta use her for nothing. Same, vice versa.
So he ain't
That's
gonna
why
use her
she
for
said.
nothing.
I'm saying that's why she says she encourages people to come whole into relationships first.
Why you need to be whole? Because you about to get used for something.
Well, you need to be whole so that you don't get used or feel the need to use nobody else.
Everybody's gonna get used, yo. What is going on? Everybody's gonna get used. Everybody gets used. That's the game. What's my dude name? Bill Withers said it best. Use me until you use me up. His brother was hating.
Yeah, but
Like, brother, if you only
it
knew.
ain't even that type of thing. Like for instance, um, a lot of times, men complain about and I've been putting this on Facebook a lot. I know you've been seeing it probably. Where I've been talking about how men complain a lot about women leaving them after they when they down and all this type of stuff. Like, you chose that woman. You chose a whore. You didn't choose. You chose somebody you felt like body
Right,
was,
right.
they was
Okay.
bad bitch
Well,
and
look.
all this type of stuff.
Well, look. When a man come in and manipulate you, you can't be like, you didn't choke. You didn't choose. If you're gonna use that same metric for men, you got to use it for women too. This whole
No,
manipulation.
you absolutely right. The same
Right.
exact thing.
The way she talking is like women are so feeble-minded that they keep on getting manipulated. That's crazy to me. Like,
No, the way she's talking
you're
is
not adults.
no, yeah, we're adults, but what she's saying is that because a lot of us, just like you said, are raised to believe that a man is supposed to be our provider and our protector, we expect that man to protect our heart and to provide, truth and security, and they just don't be capable of doing that a lot of the time. That don't be on their agenda.
I'm not up here defending 100% of men. You know what I'm saying? I know it's some motherfucking creeps out here. I know.
Something.
But
So if she gonna choose to be with him, it's gonna be on her terms, and she ain't gonna need nothing out of him. And the moment that he get to tripping, I'm frozen over here. Can you hear me?
I can still hear you. But
You can still hear me? Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Well, we just gonna have to let the screen be frozen. Hold on. I don't know why that's like that.
Yours went out.
Yeah, I know it went out. I saw that. That's crazy. I don't know why it went out.
Let me try to skip ahead.
Huh?
No, mine's froze. Mine froze too.
Yours froze?
Hold on, I was done. Because this is why people constantly look for affirmation. This is because you never know. It's just one of those things that you can't really measure. You can't tell if a person loves you or not. You can think so. They can do everything that you want them to do, but you still don't know if they love you. You can just hope that they love you and do right by you.
That's not the question.
Try to show some.
First, that's not the question that I asked. Number two, yes, you can. I didn't ask, can a person love you or can you tell? I asked you, what percentage of the people, of men, are marrying women because he like her smile and just like her company? What percentage?
I answered it. I said it's impossible to tell.
It's not, because
I
not.
just gave an explanation as to why.
It's not, because the majority of men claim that marriage has no benefit to them, which tells you that there is a purpose that
it tells you it has no benefit to him. So he's really he really love this chick. That's what it should tell you. It serves no benefit for him. He's gonna get railroaded if they get divorced. Child support's gonna fuck him up.
Well, I think
he still does it because he loves that woman.
I think the route that she's going is men saying that they have that marriage don't serve them, so they might as well just play the field. A lot of men would rather be single and have multiple women and play, that yourself, and play the field, and you know what I mean? Either be in a polyamory relationship or polygamous relationship.
The man that she was talking about, like that 68%, or what did she say? 95% average men. Average men can't have multiple wives and multiple women like that. That's why, let me bring up the porn industry and shit again. That's what most niggas is doing. Most niggas' girlfriends is Pinky XXX.
It ain't got nothing to do with a woman and her value, her actual value in herself, which is the reason why he's marrying her. The majority of men are not marrying women or even looking for women to like them. They are looking for women to use, right? Whether it's him needing a place to stay, whether it's him needing a place to stay, whether it's him needing a caretaker, whether it's him because.
Why is Pookie and Ray Ray always got to lead the motherfucking charge, man? Why they? That's what she talking about. She talking about some young niggas.
Well, no, honey, it's older men like that too. It ain't no age limit on it. Just like it ain't no age limit on women who just out here thinking they gotta have a bare minimum
It usually take a man time to acquire resources and stuff to become an attractive man. That's the way it usually works. That's why every superhero movie, the good ones are with dudes, and he got to build himself up. Because that's our plight. You got to build yourself up into a man. You just don't get it at 18. It
women
takes
don't
time.
either.
Y'all get y'all sexual abundance at 18. As soon as you turn 18, it is on and popping. Y'all get y'all sexual abundance up front. A nigga gotta work and build his way up. It take time to build muscles. It take time to build your bank account up. It take time to get assets and shit. It take time to do this shit. That's why they say men age like wine, women age like milk.
You are funny.
I don't know if you saw the show last night, but the show last night, I proved my point, right? You had Uncle Phil from the Phil Scott show telling men that they need to find a wife so that they can have somebody to take care of them in case they get sick. You had him telling men that this is the reason why you need to be in your kid's life so that you can have somebody to take care of you when you get sick. That is not a selfless reason, and it ain't got nothing to do with the woman. Every single reason that a man is pursuing a woman.
So is he not supposed to do that though?
I mean, if he was smart, he would. Because honestly,
can't be selfish at all.
Well, let me tell you something. If he was smart, he would. Because honestly, men are, a lot of men, I've heard men say, hey, you're going to end up alone, dying alone. You're just so independent, you're going to be alone. The women ain't who in them nursing homes or in them dialysis chairs where I work by themselves without no support. Because they got kids and nieces and nephews and all of that type of stuff. It's men.
Oh, yeah. Men
they play games. And then players and deadbeats to the kids.
Check this out. Men are cool with dying alone. Men go down the bridges all the time. Men,
they ain't cool with it.
Most people in jail, the most people who are homeless are men. Men are cool with dying alone.
They ain't cool with it. They ain't cool with it.
A man will go out. A man will go out to the mountains and fucking die alone, not bother nobody.
Yeah, they ain't cool about it though. They ain't cool with it.
Who are they gonna tell? They're in the mountains all alone. Who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit.
Right, and that's how they think it. Woe is me. They loathing. They went out to the mountains to loathe until they finally die. But I'm just the point I'm making is, they love to say women, oh you okay.
Because
they know alone.
Because they know it ain't in the nature of a woman to be alone for long periods of time. So that's why they're saying it.
Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be alone.
That's why
they talking about.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
No, what she was saying, what I've heard her say, as well as other podcasters, they've been talking about that a lot lately. How men, like she said, that they end up deadbeats. They abandon their kids, get away from every good woman that they ever had in their life, play games with them, break up with them, hurt them, leave their wives and all that. And then once they stop working and they're older and sick, they be by themselves. They be alone in them nursing homes, depending on people to roll and turn them over. Whereas women are more than likely not.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying men don't care about dying alone. Women do. And then look, if you try to put you being in your 60s and you relying on your kids gotta have a life too. They gonna want to get married and stuff too and have kids of their own. So you can't rely on that. That's why they said, look, you might want a man around when you get into your 60s or your 70s. Just to
but a lot of
door open. Just to twist that pickle drawer open. That's it.
But what's so sad though? And now I am gonna speak about relation because I'm in the medical field, and I swear it's not a woman. You can joke to an older woman and say, "Where your boyfriend? You gotta." They don't want to hear it. They like, no. I'm at peace. I got peace. I don't want no man. I'm talking about
That's all the
every
old.
single one
That's
of
all
them.
the old.
Every
Is that
single one of them. Every single one of them that I would say that to.
is that
Every
all the
single
old
one
ladies?
of them.
Is that all the
I
old
said,
ladies?
every single one that I would talk to and be
Okay.
joking around
Well,
with
what about the
about
old
that.
ladies that be creeping over there, getting it in with the old men?
I'm talking about all the ones that I talk to.
I'm saying, but you
They be
heard them
like,
stories. Have you heard them stories too, though?
yeah, I have heard of people
Oh,
with their
all
husbands
righty
being
then.
there and them still being married and married young.
I
But
didn't. Heard, I worked.
I
I,
said,
I worked at the place. I know about the old woman creeping with the big player. Yeah, I know about that.
but I said most of them be like, hell no,
All right,
I don't
let me
want no
play. Let me
problems.
play this. Let me play this.
Yeah.
Is because he wants to use her for something. And it's all his selfish gain 100% of the time. It's not because he likes that woman for the true person she is, because once he gets with her, he wants to control and possess her. You do know, you do.
Look, man. Okay, because he said two things right there. Shit. Okay, yeah. First of all, yeah, a man will like you for you. He's not with you for your money. He's gonna actually like you for you and your little quirks and shit. He will like that shit too. He'll love that shit too. And what was the second thing she said? Shit.
He end up needing a place to stay, whether it's him needing a caretaker, whether it's him, because I don't know if you saw the show last night, but the show last night, I proved my point, right? You had Uncle Phil from the Phil Scott show telling men that they need to find a wife so that they can have somebody to take care of them in case they get sick. You had him telling men that this is the reason why you need to be in your kid's life so that you can have somebody to take care of you when you get sick. That is not a selfless reason, and it ain't got nothing to do with the woman. Every single reason that a man is pursuing a woman is because he wants to use her for something. And it's all his selfish gain 100% of the time. It's not because he likes that woman for the true person she is, because once he gets with her, he wants to control and possess her. You do realize possession is not love, right?
Okay, yeah, that control and possess. Now, men are territorial with their women. This has been throughout history. This is just the way. It's just the way men are. You know, is it negative? You could take. I mean, you could spin it around and use these buzzwords like controlling and stuff, but it's really just men are territorial with their women. That's how all men is.
You think you own somebody?
Yeah, that's easy. But yeah, go ahead. Of course not.
Yeah, but every dude, once he get a wife, think he own her, right? Oh, you can't wear this now. You can't have this friend.
True.
That's not
True.
the majority.
True.
That
There
is
are
the
some
truth.
things
The majority of that's
that
true.
is, well, look, that's not the majority. That might be your experiences,
Please, King
or
David.
if you
What happened?
look on social media. This is what that's a loud minority. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. That's nowhere near what it is. Most people don't get married for those types of reasons.
What types of reasons?
And if you're talking about specifically for to own or just have a property because they want something, some people actually make a legitimate connection. They have a
Okay.
bond.
So then you have to ask this. Now you have to answer this question: why do 54%, which is the majority of divorced women, never want to remarry? Why do 70% of women
Because
file
they had
divorce?
a bad experience.
That's 54%. That's the majority. 54% is the majority. That is not the minority. Only 15%, only 15% of divorced women would like to remarry. 15. That's statistics.
They had a very bad experience.
Well, then after you went through your marriage, I'm pretty sure it's like 10, probably 15 years, and then you get divorced. Well, the marketplace for you now has shrunk. So yeah, you probably wouldn't want to get married after that. I wouldn't blame you.
Experience.
Man, I don't know. I just feel see, I beg to differ. I
Good
think that
good men get snatched up early. I'll say that.
Yeah, but just like women who have, went the wrong way and end up back on the market, same thing happened with men. Same thing.
What you mean? Women that went the wrong
It's
way.
yeah, like they married somebody, it didn't work out. They amicably went their separate ways, and now they back on the market. People grow. Let me tell you, people grow, right? So you cannot expect the person that you married when you was 20 to still be like the same person that you're gonna be with when you're 40. 20 years, people evolve. If you don't change, I don't know what's wrong with you. But I'm saying though, like people outgrow people sometimes. Like they just come with, they just end up having different beliefs sometimes. They didn't think the way they don't think the way they did when they was 20. Now they 40. Life experiences have taught them different things, or they find out they want. You know what I mean? So some people, every breakup is not a bad one. So
Yeah,
some people go back.
for the woman.
For the man too. Every breakup ain't bad every time.
Okay. Let's keep it going. Why is there an echo?
I mean, it's meant to be. And some people don't.
15%, which is the extreme minority, want to remarry. That tells you that there is a major problem outside of just a few people having a bad experience. That's the majority. 54%. 70% of divorces are
talking about
filed.
United States.
Yeah, I'm talking about the United States. Right. Are you in this? Are we, hold on. Are we all in the United States? Because we can go global, but are we all in the United States? Are the majority of the women that I'm teaching in the United States? Yes. So let us focus on the United States. 54% of divorced women never want to remarry. 70% of divorces are filed by women, and that number increases to 90% when women are college educated. This is the overwhelming majority leaving men and then not wanting to remarry them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shemai came back in. Now I'm with you. I'm with you, King David. Man, we definitely ain't on that. Trying to divide. We definitely trying to bring people together. But like I said, this chick, she was on Sinetta right now. She's on Sinetta right now, and I watched this show this morning. I'm like, man, this lady is dangerous, because she's a smart lady, and some of the stuff she said is true. But the little manipulation words that she throwing in there, those buzzwords, is what's is it's like I'm dying of 1,000 paper cuts because she keep hitting you with them buzzwords, and I'm like, oh no, shit, manipulation.
Well, I mean, if the suit don't fit,
Controlling.
don't wear it.
I don't like that.
If it
Dirty.
don't fit, don't wear it. Don't put it on.
It sounds dirty.
So we want to talk about bad experiences. Why are these bad experiences the majority? Because you asked me earlier what percentage did I think was this stuff that I'm teaching women, and I told you that it was the majority. I told you 85 to 95% are not qualified, and then you got 54%, 70%, and 90%. And do you want to know what else? 97% increase in the chance of divorce when the husband don't help with housework. These are all divorce statistics of 2022.
Now look, man, if your woman is gonna go 50-50 with the bills and shit, man, I mean, you got a 50-50 woman, you're gonna have to go 50-50 with the house chores and all that shit too. You want to save some money, then you better be ready to put some Dawn on them dishes. You know what I'm saying? And put some pine sol on that floor. You feel me? Because
I agree.
if you want a submissive woman, 100% submissive, you're gonna have to pay 100% of the bills. It's just that simple, and she will naturally submit.
Yep.
Not 2021, but 2022, this year.
All right. And the reason why I mentioned is that the United States you're looking at is because that's not the entire picture. There's something that we're doing worse here, right? So when you look at the culture in Western civilization, it's a bit different than everywhere else. That's why I would make the comparison, because we're not doing what we should be doing. Our society doesn't concentrate on family and what's important. And a lot of people go in for selfish reasons and the wrong reasons. And they when they find a mate, it's not for the right reasons. And of course you're going to have a high failure rate if you're linked with someone who's not compatible with you. And that's what I'm saying. People are attracted to the wrong things, and their expectations are not realistic. That's why they're failing.
Okay. So
now
you
we
mentioned
now we're both out. Oh wait,
no,
came back.
you back because I'm over here messing with this camera too while I'm listening to you. So you mentioned
That just remind me, I need to get. I want me a blazer jacket. I need a whole suit though. I really need a suit.
Well, you know, a good place to find those at, like
Where is
for
that?
real, low key, Amazon.
Amazon.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to take it to a tailor anyway.
They got a lot of sellers on there.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out. Sure, we'll check them out.
mention other countries. Other countries force situations. They force women to not be able to take care of themselves. They force women unto men. That is not organic. Okay. Over here, you have a freedom, and no one is forced. So now we want to strip women's rights away and force under the guise of quote unquote marriage to try to make it sound benevolent, when this family stuff is all at the expense of the woman. It's at her expense. So she is supposed to put up with whatever a man bring to her at the expense of her under the guise of some false ideal of a family, which only benefits a man. Okay. That ain't what I teach. Okay. And as women, we know how we feel dealing with y'all. But no matter how much we tell y'all we dealing with it, this is why I say y'all incapable of love. You incapable of understanding, because every single thing that women talk about, you go back to try to protect yourself and deflect from what women are saying their experiences are. The numbers show you that women ain't happy. Women's voices continue to reverberate all over the place, and we still saying you just chose the wrong one, even though the numbers overwhelmingly show you that it is men who are the deficient ones. It is men putting 100% of the weight on the woman. And when she says she tired, she says she need help, she tired of you gaslighting and all this stuff, we act like it's just a figment of her imagination. Well, that ain't the way it is in all of these countries. First of all, a lot of these women in other countries, their rights are taken from them. You still got genital mutilation going on in cultures in Africa. And those women ain't got no voice. You still got men marrying off 10-year-old little girls. Let us not talk about no other culture where these women ain't got no rights. Over here in the United States, we have rights, and we have rights to be human. And what
you can only be a feminist in a first world country. That's a fact.
Dude, but you can be a male chauvinist or misogynistic in all of them.
The third world countries, people go back to gender roles. The poorer the country, the more they get. Men are acting like men and women are acting like women. But in first world countries, you could identify as a fork. I just heard a motherfucker say they identify as a cat. It was serious.
I've been seeing them eating people up with that gender identity stuff. Talk about
crazy.
tampons in the male bathroom, because
these are the words she's throwing out, these little buzzwords. I'm telling you. It made its way into politics. This stuff is all around now, man. This stuff is all around. People are talking crazy, and all I'm preaching on the side of is just biology, male biology. You know what I'm saying? Which makes up the way we think, and it rarely changes. So that's what I'm saying. I can talk on it because I know male biology, it rarely changes. Right? It stays the same. Women a little bit more indecisive. No offense. I gotta keep saying that shit. It's
Well, the issue that we're dealing with men is that they don't like the fact that women actually have human rights that he can't take away from her.
we gave him
And now that he has to actually treat her as human, he don't want to. He don't want to elevate, right? Love, I need you to give me the definition of love. What is that?
You about to really look it up?
So I didn't get a chance to respond to
He eating them up. I'm
what
sorry.
you had before. I definitely do want to get to love. I'll get to that.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree. She eating his ass up. His mic is too well. If the mic was loud, if his mic was louder than her, she still would be eating his ass up. This is a TKO.
But I just wanted to respond to what you
He
said.
came prepared.
So you gave a very there's a high percentage, right?
Mhm.
And that's your main reasoning for it's a high percentage of failure, right? There's a very high failure rate. Now, let's just say right now, right? Both of us, we're both content creators, right?
Yes.
Now, what is the percentage of us actually making it to where we will be successful? Way lower than marriage. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you have to work harder if that's what you want. It doesn't mean that it's impossible.
Well, I don't teach women to work harder for men who ain't putting in that same amount of effort. It don't matter because women have been carrying the load and y'all continue to want her to carry the load to get along with y'all. That's what y'all want. You don't want to put in the work. Y'all, when you say put in the work, you're saying that women need to put in more work when they've already been overexerted. So this is not a conversation for women. The conversation that you need to be having is with other men to tell them to get their stuff together because we stepping away. Women ain't putting it up. We ain't putting no more on our back.
This is what's funny to me because women are not fucking stepping away. They keep her and what's the other chick name? Cynthia G. With this women are stepping away from men bullshit. That shit is hilarious, son. You can try all you want, man. It's biology, son. She ain't going nowhere. Cynthia G, she's like on some, well, we just gonna date white men. What men? A man is a man. A man is gonna be a man. It doesn't fucking matter.
We take care of your kids. We cook for you, clean for you, carry your emotional weight. We take the gaslighting. We take the it's your fault, your fault, your fault. We take the emotional abuse. We take the neglect. We take all that. And all we get from men is you ain't doing enough. We don't want you for this. Don't no man want you once you 30 years old. This is what we get from you. No matter how much we take from you, that's what we get. And then we get back on here and say it's us that need to do more work to get along with you. That ain't my message. I ain't trying to get along with you. I want you to understand. I am not trying to get along with you. I'm not teaching these women to do everything and jump through hoops to get along with you. I'm teaching them to repair themselves from the how y'all suck them dry. You said you let you lead, and we let you lead. And then when we let you lead, you blamed us for letting you lead, right? A man will only do what you allow him to do, but allow him to lead. Where is the line? Okay, don't worry about it. We ain't even looking for the line. I know where the line is. And I'm gonna draw it right here. Stop doing anything. No, you do for yourself.
Hey, this is my thing because I know she got a boyfriend.
Come here. Hold on. My son got an opinion on this.
Yeah.
He's 12.
Yeah.
And now keep in mind, right? I am his mother, but I raise free thinkers, right? So what did you say, Tavian?
I said I agree with feminism of for women having freedom from men and do what they want to do, they could do it. But feminism is just over the top. I just don't agree with it. Like, it's just over the top. Like, nobody wants to, like, nobody wants to hear a girl talk about how much girl she is and what she can be. Also, Also, it's just crazy how she thinks she's better than men. Some feminists just think they're better than men, and men should just die out. So I'm just confused
Have you seen
on
the
to
feminist
why
with the blue hair?
feminism is so good. Why people think feminism is so good. Like, also, they just need to accept that without a man, they can't have any children. They can't,
Yep.
Yeah,
like
which
they can't
means
reproduce. But then
yeah.
they say that they want all men to die out. If all men died out, where would you even come from? Where did you come from? Like, you came from a man. Know that much.
Hey,
Okay.
watch out for the girls with the blue hair, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Especially watch out for the woman power walking. We are women and we are free. We free. Community.
Okay, that's enough.
I swear.
We
Mom,
didn't see-
don't believe what they say. Well, don't believe that. You know what I mean by don't believe what they say.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
You gotta
I
watch
just don't
their
agree
action.
with it. I just don't.
Watch their action.
Uh,
Watch their action.
he the one who always talking about simps.
Ma, what you
So
want?
I can't wait till he get a piece of a woman. We're gonna see we're gonna be talking then.
You
Huh?
gonna be
What you want?
I can't wait.
Oh,
But
man.
but no, it's really like a woman can only like his perception of those things is what I'm trying to say is like his perception of those things, right? Just him being a young man, he's only 12, right? But
Yeah.
I don't I'm not raising, men who don't have an opinion or who are under my thumb, or I don't talk at my sons. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be men one day. And I don't expect them to be, less than a provider, a protector, a man, masculine. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not that I am against men and what men stand for in men's roles, but I do understand what she is saying as far as what some men do expect women to do in order to be loved or receive the same amount of happiness or peace or whatever it is that they expect.
I said there are some terrible men out there, but guess what? There's good men out there protecting women
Yeah,
from those
there are.
bad men. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
One hand washes the other.
So I feel like we agree in some aspects. I feel
Oh, yeah.
like some women can be she a little rough, and I don't know. I mean,
And this-
she
let me
she
give her
may have.
let me give her this. This was 11 months ago. She just was on an interview with Say Cheese TV. That's a big YouTube channel. And then she's on Sonetta, which is a big YouTube channel. So and I done listened to her on Say Cheese. Her message has got a little better. It's a little less man hate. It's still there though. Man hate is still there, but
Although I do understand where she's coming from,
she's saying
and I
that the
do
powers
agree.
that be. My bad.
However,
She's saying that the powers that be is really controlling a lot of this, and I appreciate that. They're just put it on men. Like I'd rather you say like the media is, social engineering is involved in this too. A lot of this too. My bad. I ain't
it is, but it's just like oppression is involved in a lot of it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a lot of ways of the world, culture. You can't just blame when you look at a man and their behavior, even a woman and their behavior. You cannot just blame that individual because people are made up of different things. You know what I mean? So
I believe when a person learns better, they do better. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't got a lot of teachers out here though.
Yeah, that's true.
We ain't got a lot of people that can break stuff down so it's simple for people to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that. Like I swear to God, I only had like 2 good teachers, and I ain't trying to be funny. They both was men. But let me keep
self because you've been self-sacrificing, right? Man, a 30-year-old man, go after 18, 20-year-old, drag her into the mud. Then when she gets older, then he gaslights her. You wasted your youth on the wrong man. When the wrong man is older men chasing these young girls, right? They have no intention on doing right by these young girls. They take them when they don't have the brain development, when they're naive, and then they run over them and then blame them for their trauma. I'm here to repair these women. I'm not here to teach them to be doormats, continue to be doormats and look for you. Just look for the right one. We ain't digging through the trash no more. So the best choice is her. That's what I teach. And my teachings ain't going to change because I don't make it relevant to men. I don't care what y'all do. I don't care how much you hot dicking around. I don't care if you ever look for a wife. I don't care if you think marriage benefits you or not. I don't care. And I'm teaching them not to care. If you want to get a passport and go overseas, bye. Her peace, her happiness, and her sanity is more important to trying to get you and keep you.
All right. So I'm still going to get to the love, but you said
We ain't letting this brother go. We ain't letting. He's done.
everything
He's through.
that
He
you
is.
said